What is a shark's favorite country?
I don't know. What is it?
Finland. This is Special Agent in Charge Julie of the Advocacy. I'm commanding all citizens to subscribe to Cobra TV.
This video brought to you in part by the Patreon supporters of Cobra TV.
Gamers are just my people, and I never get to do like gaming interviews or anything. It's always other stuff, which is boring. So I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
No, thank you for coming. When I saw your tweet, I said, "Oh my God, the Xeno threat woman." And then when I went to your Twitch, oh no, I'm sorry, your Twitter, I started scrolling, and I'm like, she's also the hologram too.
It's so different as well. And they didn't tell me what they'd offered me when they gave it to me. They just said, you just play 2 characters. And I thought, okay, I'm guessing they'll be the same kind of thing. And they were just completely different. Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody, welcome Anna to the show. We're doing this on Twitch. I'm going to upload it to YouTube too, but I told you off air. I'm trying to build up the Twitch channel as much as the YouTube channel. But yeah, we're going to upload this. So make sure you send me all your links to all your social media, anything you want linked.
Sure. And my own little baby YouTube channel, 400 people. So
yeah. Let's go ahead and put that in the Twitch chat now. I'll grab the YouTube channel here. Or Karen, can you grab her YouTube channel or somebody and throw it in the Twitch chat? Thank you, Karen. Oh, by the way, yes, that's right, Karen. Yes, that's Karen who killed you in the game. So Karen from accounting is who this is, and here's her waking up in New Babbage and what she decides to do when she figures out she can pull her weapons out in New Babbage. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
I wonder if I can steal this hologram lady.
Ooh, get her, yeah, get her.
Oh, you can.
Oh, you can! You can! Oh!
Oh my God.
Dude, she's dead.
She killed a hologram.
Oh my gosh. Where did she go?
Oh,
You broke it. That's right. And I'm gonna.
Hello. Voices.
Oh my God, they meet face to face for the first time.
That was unreal. Karen's voice. You need to be in characters. You need to be acting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That sounds insane. Anyway, they've got the wrong person.
Karen's got an amazing voice. Okay, so welcome to the show, Anna. We got a lot to talk about. But before we get into the Star Citizen stuff, I want to know what you've done in the past. You know, tell us your whole journey all the way up to this point in your life, but save the Star Citizen stuff for last.
Okay. It's a very good question. You know what? So acting was always the thing. That was where I was heading. That's what I was going to do. The idea that I could be in video games, which was always my top, like, recreational time for me. Like, people read, people watch TV, people do sport. Gaming was always always has been my thing, and I'm not even lying. That's just what I've been doing since I was a kid. I never thought those worlds would ever end. So I was, up until this point, I was just being a regular actor with other stuff. Really, I was very lucky. Straight out of drama school, I went almost straight into a Netflix film, leading a Netflix movie, which was like, I was very young and bright-eyed and didn't know what on earth, how that happened. But I was very, very lucky. I did that, like a Viking flick. I had bright red hair for that one. And then I did a film for WWE after that, about maybe 6 months or so later for that with, I don't know, I feel like nerds band together. I feel like a lot of gaming people also love wrestling. That seems to go well with each other. So I was in Marine 6 fighting like Shawn Michaels, and it was just ridiculous. I don't know how that happened either. And then since then it's been a little bit quieter since then, but I've been doing lots of short films, and voice work started picking up after that. So I just started doing mainly video games since that, screen work, and bits and bobs here and there. And I've got an audiobook coming out later that I think I'm not allowed to talk about it, to be fair. So until I will announce what that is, a very big, very cool audiobook once that's all ready for me to talk about. But yeah, that's where I got up to. And then I remember when video game stuff started coming through from my agent, and my agent was like, I don't know if you're like into games and stuff, but there's some characters, like this stuff is kind of coming up into auditions now. Are you interested? You don't have to. Are you kind of interested? And I was like, yes, of course I'm interested. And then I got my first video game role in a VR game called Bravo Team, for PlayStation, and that was the lead role. I just kind of lead the player through all the VR stuff with the gun, with the motion sensor gun. So that was really, really fun. And then I did another couple of like smaller roles in like little video games. Once Upon a Crime in the West that's on what's that on? There's a gaming like streaming service beginning with B. What's it called? Does anyone know? Not called Bundle, not Bundle. Anyway, it's on that. Whatever it is, could be that was released on that. Maybe that's just a UK thing, but
what was it?
BattleNet.
BattleNet?
No, it's not
No, I
that.
don't
But I
think so.
prefer that sounds cooler than whatever mine was.
Beam. Maybe. I don't know.
Bundle? Anyway, I'll work it out. Yeah, I'll work it out. And then Star Citizen came up. I did that last year.
Nice. I got a bunch of questions for you for the Star Citizen. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Okay.
Shoot them.
All right. But first, when I put this up on YouTube, I want to intro it, right, with Special Agent Dully, right? So if you could say, Special Agent Dully,
Okay.
This is Special Agent Dully. I'm commanding all citizens to subscribe to Cobra TV.
Okay. Wait, write it down for me.
Um,
No, don't. This is Special Agent Dooley. I'm commanding all what?
Citizens to subscribe to Cobra TV.
Commanding all citizens to subscribe to Cobra TV. Okay. This is Special Agent in Charge Dooley of the Advocacy. I'm commanding all citizens to subscribe to Cobra TV.
Excellent. Wow, that was creepy. That was so awesome. Creepy in a good way. Like, you went from being you to Special Agent Dooley, like, in a blink of an eye. That was amazing.
Special Agent Dooley. They didn't tell me that she was going to be American at the time either. So I did Babbage first. I think, is she English? Yes.
Yes.
Hi, what can I do for you? Yeah, I think she's English. And then they were like, you're just doing another one. And I was like, okay, cool. And then they were like, oh, that one's American. Didn't even check whether I just happened to be able to do the accent. Thank God it was okay. But
Right.
Yeah, funny.
Okay, so I think we covered some of these questions in you talking already. There was one here. Tell us about your past work. I think we talked about that. Punji Stick wanted to know, how do you end up in voice acting? I think you touched on that.
A lot of agencies have a voice department. So especially because nowadays a lot of games are not just becoming about voice work, it's becoming about a full body like capture experience.
Yeah, like you did with Star Citizen.
Yeah. Although I wish I could walk around a lot, because both Dooley and the Babbage assistant were pretty planted in one spot.
Oh,
I always just wanted to move around. I watched like the motion capture of games like Beyond Two Souls and The Last of Us, and I'm just like, I want to run. But everyone's got like cardboard horses and cardboard tables and things like that. And I'm like, I really hope that there's a day that I'd be able to do something like that. But I think now, because games are becoming more like film and television, the way that it's being animated and the way that they're being filmed is very much like film and TV. It's not just putting a voice onto some animation. It's so they want it as natural and human and capture all the facial expressions as possible, that castings are now going to acting agencies as normal, not just voice agents. So they started coming through just as a regular job, because that's what I think the worlds are blending now, which is great, and games are getting more and more popular. So casting is more serious for them. Like this, the level of casting directors that come through for video games nowadays, they would have only been doing film and TV like even 5 years ago. So stuff's really coming through. But the gaming
It really is.
Me.
So you heard about Star Citizen through that streaming service? Is that what you said?
Through an audition. Yeah. Well, I didn't even know about Star Citizen until I got it. I had my agent said there's an audition, like, whatever. It's quite a quick turnaround. They were like, Thursday, you just got to be at this place. You just got to read this paragraph directly to camera, in an American accent, and then read it in an English accent. And the paragraph didn't really have anything to do with anything. It was just, they just wanted to see you talking, I think. So it was just some monologue. And I went into the room, and normally, like, an audition for anything, there's only really two people in the room. There's the person filming it, and there's the person reading with you. And I went into this room and there was like 6 people in there. And I was like, why are there so many people in this room? I just knew it was for a video game. I didn't really know what it was for. I just said an upcoming video game. A lot of NDAs and stuff, they don't tell you what it is until later, especially with video games. The next video game that that's coming out is absolutely massive, and I'm not allowed to say anything about it. I'm so sorry. I wish I could, but like that stuff is so signed, and I could like say something and then lose it straight away. So when the idea that I was just going up for some video game, I was like, okay. So I was just reading the script, and there's loads of people there, and I was really confused. And then they asked me to like run around the room shouting different commands, like. They gave me a list of things that I can shout if I wanted to, and it was stuff like, get down, shoot him, or not that way, or just stuff that, Julie-esque.
Is that embarrassing?
Oh my God, it was one of the most humiliating experiences of my life. And I remember being, so 6 people, there's like snacks on the table, and they're all just like eating, just eating stuff and being like.
What a job.
Watch it, like eat like wrappers and apples and stuff all over the table, and I'm like running around the room being like, get down, and then I have to stop, walk around again, duck, and they ask me to duck, and it's weird things that shouldn't be done in a small room ever.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I finished it, and I was like, and no one was saying anything. It was just dead silence. No one was smiling.
Oh God.
No one was nice to me.
That's gotta be so horrible.
Yeah, it was. I don't think no reflection. If any of the casting department happened to watch this, it was nothing to do with them. I think castings go on for days, and they must be so bored and so tired of seeing the same stuff again and again. They were just a bit tired, I think. Anyway, so I kind of stopped, and no one was saying anything, and I was like, do you need anything else? And they were like, nah. She was like, nah, it's good, thanks, babe. Go. And I was like, well, that did not go well. And I just left, and I thought that I must have fucked that up, and I just thought it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, and I blocked it out. And I think I called my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I've emotionally blocked that out. I am never going to talk about that experience again. And then a couple of weeks later, my agent called me and said, yeah, they want to give you 2 parts. I was like, what?
Wow.
And here we are. That was a shock.
How long ago was this?
Oh, you can find out via my own social media when I posted the motion capture picture. It's a very good question. So Dooley was after a decent amount of time after. I did a bit of her body stuff, and then I got called in again this year to finish off her lines, which is ready for the assault on Stanton.
Yeah.
So I did like some basic stuff for her character. Same day as Babbage, and then the majority of her actual lines after that. Yeah. There we go.
Oh wow! Look at that! Look at you! That is so cool.
I'm literally holding a bag of brioche, and I'm not ashamed.
That's awesome.
Do you call it brioche in America?
I don't know what brioche is. What are you holding?
Cake bread. Brioche? No. I feel like you will have a word for it, but I'm just not saying it in America.
It's bread?
Like cake bread from France. That's why it's called brioche. It's like but they put like chocolate chips in it, and it's a bit like a breakfast.
Yeah, they have brioche here. I make French toast. It's delicious.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, Cobra.
Yes, and it's nice fat slices, and it's super sweet and delicious.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Full kit. And
That
the
is so
toilets
cool.
as well. That was part of the photo.
Yeah.
Really important.
Oh, look at that. So when you were doing the part and you were dressed up like that, was it as awkward as running around the room, or did you feel more at ease? Or was it still embarrassing?
That was just now that I've got it, that was the 13th of September, 2019.
2019 in September. Wow.
Yeah, for the mocap. And then her voice, most of her lines were done early this year. So yeah. What was it like? I've been waiting to do full body mocap my whole life, basically. So when I got there, the whole day was just for me. I thought that maybe I would be a chunk next to some other people, other actors, but it was 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. just doing characters. And so everyone was there just for me, and I felt very intimidated about that in the first place. I didn't want to mess up because obviously if I get a line wrong, and I'm reading off a teleprompter the whole time because there's so much to say, there's no way that I could learn that. You can't really learn video game lines, it has to just be read. because they're so vast. Especially when you're doing it all in one day, they couldn't ask you to learn 40 A4 pages of text.
Yeah.
One day you can't do that, so it's always read off a teleprompter. But at the same time, you have a camera coming around your face, shining a bright light into your eyes, so that they pick up all the dots of your expressions. So you're trying to read from a teleprompter, whilst every time you move, there's a camera directly in your peripheral. So I was having to like read it up there whilst the camera. It was so difficult, so much harder than I thought. I was there really excited, and then it was actually like, oh shit, this is a challenge. It was hard. Yeah, it was really hard, but I was just nerding out the whole time, really. I just kept being like, show me, and then I'd go around on the monitor and they'd show me moving and stuff, and I just thought, this is like the best day of my life.
Oh, that is so cool.
I had like a wooden laptop that was just basically a plank of wood, and that was me pretending to type as I was looking at the system at Xeno Threat. And yeah, quick break for brioche and snacks, and then back on. And the
Nice.
whole,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel? Like, do you play Star Citizen? Have you ever played it?
I don't have a PC. Don't get mad at me. And everyone's gonna get mad.
No, we're not mad at you. We understand. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't have PCs to play Star Citizen.
I'm a PlayStation woman. I've got PS5, thank God. But I think if I understand that it's just PC, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I found out that this was like, because this was one of the biggest roles I'd had in games before, and I was like, I can't wait to play it, because everything else I would play through. It would just be so fun. And then it came to this, and I just couldn't. So I scroll the internet looking for excerpts of people talking to Mrs. Babbage. She's not called Mrs. Babbage. I'm just calling her Mrs. Babbage.
Right. That's a cool
She doesn't
name.
have a name.
That's, you know what? We're gonna deem that as her name from now on. Mrs. or Miss?
You know what? I feel like maybe she's single. Miss Babbage. Who knows? But
Miss Babbage.
it was-
Yeah, she's single. I think all the guys, including
She's
myself,
single.
because I flirted with that hologram a couple times here and there, right?
It's
So I think
cheeky.
Miss Babbage is appropriate.
Jokes crack me up. The first time I ever saw her, again, once the game gets uploaded, no one tells you that it's live, or no one, once you finish basically the acting part of your job, you don't really know anything else until it's released. No one sends you a copy. No one said, it's just like, thanks. And then you just have to find out where it, when it's been released or when it's out.
Yeah.
And Google something. So one day I was just like, oh my God, I filmed that ages ago. I recorded that ages ago. I wonder if it's online. So I just typed in new Babbage, and loads of stuff was coming up. And I was like, oh, I guess that planet's available now. And there was one excerpt of the press conference, I think, of that section being released. And it was the developers talking with huge, like massive studio audience, and me in the background, and they were just asking my character jokes. And I was like, I forgot that I was even recording jokes. There were so many lines that day that I can't even tell you any of them anymore. And then I was like, I remember these lines now, the Moby Gas. I remember that punchline. And that was the first time that I saw it up, and I thought, I have to nab this. So I saved it and then posted it, and I was just really excited. But yeah, that's the only time that I really knew it was up. I feel like I've lost track of your initial question now.
I don't. Yeah, me too. But I'm having a blast. I'm glad that you're making me forget what the question was.
Sorry, what was the question? You were like, how did it feel?
Oh, I think we were talking about if you played. I think I asked if you played Star Citizen.
Yes.
There is a
Long
way
story
that
short,
you
no.
can play Star Citizen. There's a service called Shadow, and it allows you to.
Blind.
Huh?
Like on my computer, like a laptop or something, or
Yeah, you could play it on a laptop. I've known people to play Star Citizen on a tablet.
the voice.
Yes.
On a tablet.
Yeah, because
On a tablet.
what they do is they build a computer for you somewhere in some warehouse or whatever. It gets its own room and everything. And they stream what you're doing on that computer to whatever device you want to play it on.
Right.
So you're basically using a computer that you're paying for monthly, and you get to, for a price, you get to stream Star Citizen from a computer. So you're able to play it on a potato.
Wow. So it's not through like Steam or anything. It's just.
No, it's not through
By
Steam.
itself.
It's called Shadow.
I
Okay,
have
Shadow.
actually played
I'm gonna
Shadow
write
on
this
my
down.
phone. I own a Shadow PC right now. I have played on my phone with a keyboard and mouse,
On your
Bluetooth.
phone.
Yep.
You've played Star Citizen on your phone.
Yes, well, the Shadow
Mm-hmm.
PC that you install actually is a
Right.
computer that you actually stream over the internet. So you need a decent internet connection, and then you're actually streaming the connection, and then you can play the game on there.
Yeah.
So as long as you got
A lot
good
of people
connection,
do
you
that.
can play.
Wow.
Yeah, so check that out. Maybe you can get in there and actually be face to face with your own character.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
it is
would
crazy.
be. So did you come up with the jokes yourself, or they read?
That was all read. And it was also
Okay.
it also was like an afterthought. I think I did all of her lines, all of the really I remember stumbling over so much of the technical content because obviously a lot of the words and the terminology is created for in-game only. They don't exist as words normally. Especially, oh my god, for Dooley. You know when you have to at the beginning you have to prepare and get all the resources before you go on the mission?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to like looking for stuff and bring it back. And stuff like zetaprolinide and stuff like that. That was not rolling off my tongue. All of these stuff, these words that they were making up.
Yeah.
Well, there was another one as well, and I had to keep saying it, and I obviously can't stop. So every time I had to stop and then go back to the beginning of the sentence. I messed up again and keep just saying them, and I kept being like, "Guys, I'm sorry," because whenever I'm recording the lines, I'm doing it live with the US team, but they're obviously like so sleepy because I'm doing it in the middle of the day, and for them it was like 2 a.m.
Wow.
And I was just kicking myself every time I would make a mistake because I just thought I don't want them being annoyed. It must be such a waste of their time. But yeah, so many things would just and some of her really long sentences. The new Babbage assistant is also the voice of all of the trains and the tannoy, and every time you go up the stairs, her voice is every part of that location. So every single thing I had to say was so difficult.
So that brings up a good question. There's a place called Port Olisar in the game, and it's a space station that is the furthest from New Babbage. Period. And
Right.
It's all the way across the star system, and there's a woman on the intercom that says, "Join the ship sharing program." Is that you? Do you remember any lines about space can be lonely? Join the ship sharing program so you don't have to travel alone.
Yeah.
That's you? Because it sounds like you.
Yeah, no, that's ringing a bell. I think I probably did say that.
Okay, because we were all
Yeah,
debating
definitely.
on one of our live shows if that was you or not.
Love that this is a discussion point. It probably was.
It probably was.
There was so much was said. So much
Yeah.
was said on a TV prompter with a light shining in my eyes. I probably did say
Right.
that. But yeah, the joke. So I would do all of my normal lines like, I'm a computational unit, and how complicated am I? And I'm dedicated to helping everyone. And then at the end, it was like they were like, we've just got some jokes. We don't know if we're going to put them in, but just say them, and could be funny, could be not. Just try and hit it like a punchline, even if you don't make sense to you. So I was like, okay. So I just said these jokes, and they were like, oh, cool. We don't know whether we'll use them, and I guess they did. And they've become like the most famous part of her character. Is everyone trying to ask her jokes?
Exactly. That's one of the things I like to do is go up and ask you a joke.
Yeah.
Dog Dude donated asking a question saying, "Hey, Anna," you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but he said, "Hey, Anna, welcome to the Cobra Force." That's what we call ourselves.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Could you please tell me a joke? He says.
A joke in general. Any joke.
Yeah, I guess so. If you can't think of one, that's fine.
No, I want to give the people what they want. I feel sad that you get to a certain age and you just don't tell jokes anymore. I feel suddenly like very old in myself.
Yeah,
It's
me
not
too.
something that you do of a certain age. You have your jokes in the bank when you're like a teenager and you're like, those are my good jokes, and then you hit a certain point and you don't tell jokes anymore. I feel
forget 'em
old
all.
now.
I
Someone
forget 'em all.
Yes. Like what? Okay, I'll tell you a really bad joke. Tell you a bad joke. You want it to?
Those are the best.
Do they want it like New Babbage? Is that the point? Okay. What is a shark's favorite country?
I don't know. What is it?
Finland.
That's actually good. Finland. There you go, Dog Dude.
I hope that sufficed. It was the worst one I could think of. But
That's
to be fair,
actually
her
perfect.
Her jokes are kind of crap, so that kind of works with her way of joking. They're rubbish.
That is absolutely perfect. So when you're bored, have you ever just like searched on YouTube interactions with your character?
It's quite
Like in
hard to find
people's streams?
specific. No, not in streams. It's mainly the streaming world is something I'm still so new to. So when I started doing, I've always thought to myself, I was like, I'm an actor, I'm in games, and I love being able to entertain. I love editing as well, and I like just being able to have something fun that people can enjoy. So I was like, why on earth have I not done YouTube yet? So lockdown felt like the perfect time during a coronavirus when everyone's being told to stay at home and all I do is game anyway. I was like, I should probably start doing that YouTube thing now. I did a vote, everyone picked Alien Isolation, and that's what I'm playing at the moment. But whilst that was happening, everyone was like, why don't you do streaming? And it's still not something I fully know much about, but I think I wanted to just build up some people that care about me gaming before I start going onto Twitch and then 3 people are watching me. Do you know what I mean? But when that happens, I think it probably would have been a better place to go and find stuff of New Babbage in the game, because instead I was just Googling New Babbage people, and then finding people walking around New Babbage and then finding someone talking to me, and that would be like the only time I could really find it, because there's no one's going to upload a video of just talking to the New Babbage assistant. I mean, if there is, good on you.
Very true. Yeah.
But I couldn't find stuff like that. So yeah, I just kept watching loads of New Babbage tutorials and people exploring the area that happened to come across me with jokes and stuff like that. I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Planets, Star Citizen, because is this correct that New Babbage is a space station? I keep saying like it's a planet, but I'm saying
it's a big city on a planet called Microtech.
The planet's called Microtech, and that already existed since the beginning of Star Citizen?
No.
So the planet itself, it's new. It was a new planet.
At the time, yeah. When they came out with you and so we weren't able to go inside yet, right? So they came out with New Babbage, and we were able to, Microtech, and we were able to fly around the city from the outside, but we weren't able to go inside yet. And then they came out with the new update to where we were able to go inside New Babbage.
Right. Because I was going to say, how many times do planets get uploaded, and is there also other versions of me helping you around different planets?
So I know your voice now is at PO, Port Olisar. But as far as you, I think you're only at New Babbage.
Yeah, of course. I just wondered is there like a hologram at every different planet or location that is like me? But
hologram. There's a hologram at ArcCorp and Area 18, but it doesn't talk.
The first talking hologram.
You're the first talking hologram. Yes.
So funny. I would never know that without talking to you. That's so interesting. Okay. Because I've been wondering why everyone loves this assistant so much. The love that has been shown for Mrs. Babbage. I'm shocked, and I've just.
Oh yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, there must be loads of them, but I guess there's not.
It's such a your acting in that is so amazing, because the way the character will like put her hands on her knees and like bend over a little bit to look at you and smile and say, "Can I help you with anything else?" And it's just so welcoming. It is.
I remember doing that. Can I help you with anything else?
Yes. Yeah, and it's so welcoming. It's like you want to turn around and be like, "Well, thank you very much."
They said don't move your feet because she's going to be still, but you can move as much as you feel is appropriate. But because she was a hologram, it felt weird to start suddenly like, yo, I didn't want to be like, how are you? So I did stay pretty rooted because, I think being acting in games and being part of the gaming process, I'm privy to games so much because I already play them. So I already know what they're doing when I get cast in something, because I play them and I can see what they're going to do with it. Do you know what I mean? So them going, stay still, she's a hologram. I've played billions of games across my whole lifetime. I know what that's going to look like eventually. So it felt weird. I know I would find it weird for the hologram to start randomly moving. So I wanted to keep it realistic in the sense that she was technology, but then have little things that made her sweet and welcoming. And so that I remember the little things, and occasionally those stuff was all just me. They said just move how you feel is normal. So that little leg thing, I guess, was me trying to introduce a bit without being too unnatural in the world that is so technological, and it's also new space age, and excuse the pun, but it was very new space age.
So like looking at people who have interacted with you on YouTube in the game, what is is there anything that stands out that was either funny or interesting that you've seen people say or do? There's
a video I found. There's a streamer slash YouTuber slash Twitterer called Board Gamer. I think he's English. He's an English streamer, quite successful over here. And he was one of the first videos that I came across and found him talking to me. And I just remember he's just explaining to his followers. He was like, and this is the new Babbage assistant. And we go around the corner and there's like a little hologram. In fact, we're going to go talk to her. And I was like, oh, good. Someone's talking to me. And then he's like, you know what? Let me just, what does she do? And then there's me. I have a big paragraph about talking about what I am, what I'm made of, what my functions are. And then I stop and he just paused and then he just went, absolutely terrifying. No, he said absolutely petrifying. And that just cracked me up. And I saved that and I put it on, I think I put it on Twitter or on my Instagram and tagged him and I said, sorry, Board Gamer. And he saw it, reposted it, and he was like, I know, I'm not scared. I was like, I'm joking. It's absolutely fine. I love how everyone's actually thinking that I'm upset. But kill me as much as you want. And yeah, I am petrifying.
What did you think of okay, when I messaged you and I said, and I'm gonna bring Karen on here in a second. Okay. And so when I messaged you, I'm like, yeah, we have this girl, her name's Karen. She's the most dangerous person in the entire game. And I'm not, trying to stick feathers up her butt.
Yes, it's also nice to see a female streamer. There's so much less of them a lot of the time. So I was just like, there's a Karen that's killed me. That's even more cool.
Yes. And when I said that to you, you're like, oh my God, someone could kill me? I got to see this. And I sent it to you. And for like a whole day, you didn't message back. And I'm like, guys, I think we scared her away. I think we maybe hurt her feelings.
I'm so sorry.
She's upset. She's mad that we did that to her character. So, and then you messaged me the other day, and I went back to everybody. I'm like, guys, she's back on board. She's not mad.
Can you imagine? I'm actually this like massive diva, and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
Come on the show.
How dare you kill my character?
Yeah. No, not at all. I think I don't use Twitter very often, and people don't DM me on Twitter very often. So I have to keep going back to Twitter and clicking on it because I don't have notifications on. So I didn't see, and I didn't think you'd be worrying about that. I apologize. Karen,
no,
it was the
don't be
best
sorry.
thing I've ever seen.
It was
best.
kind of.
How does that happen? Do you have to like mod or program, like do something to make her hittable?
Okay, so Karen, she's got all kinds of tricks up her bag. That day is when New Babbage had first. We just first got it, right?
Right.
And we were able to pull our weapons out. We weren't supposed to.
Yeah,
be able to pull our weapons out.
It was.
Go ahead, Karen. You tell her. This is Karen, the infamous hologram murderer. I'll let you guys talk.
I wouldn't want to be killed by anyone else.
Oh, thank you. Initially, we woke up in New Babbage. Actually, I think that we were spawning a new server. Okay. And when we spawned, there was a few people who were able to pull weapons. Initially, Cobra was being held up at gunpoint. So, of course, me being his friend, I saved him. And then it occurred to me that I had a unique opportunity. Normally, in cities, you're not supposed to be able to pull weapons, right?
Okay. Was it a glitch then that you had weapons out?
Glitch, exactly. And it was a very unique opportunity. And so I went on a bit of a rampage.
I mean, what's better for a YouTube channel than harnessing a glitch and doing as much damage as you can before that's not possible for anyone else?
Exactly. It was a really great opportunity, and I'm like, nobody's ever going to be able to do this again. So, seize the day, I guess.
Because of course you wouldn't make her non-hittable, and if you thought that you were in an environment where guns wouldn't be possible, so you wouldn't make her a character that you couldn't knock over. So she was probably just built of the same stuff that other human beings are.
Right. And that's what we were saying, that there was maybe a shader put over it to make it transparent and appears like it's a hologram. So, but that wasn't my train of thought at the time. I was just like, let me see how many people I can kill. So I went on a little bit of a rampage, and then I saw your hologram, and
Incredible.
I thought about it, and I was like, holograms are transparent. They should be like see-through, or if they collide with something, it should probably go through it. That was not the case.
It fell through the floor. There was like a gap.
Yeah.
He went missing. She went down.
After I did that, I felt bad. I was like, that poor hologram.
Not feel bad.
Savage.
She technically has no feelings. She has nothing to do. She stands in one place all day and repeats the same old shit. So I don't think that was probably the best trip of her life.
And it was just such a weird thing that happened. I would never expect that to ever happen. but there were consequences. So
Do
after
you get
my
a crime stat?
rampage,
We call it a
I
crime
got
stat.
a really bad crime stat. I had over 2,000 assault charges and about 90 homicides.
I wish
Yeah.
I knew more about the game, how the game works, because I understand that you can get in trouble for doing things that this, probably disrupt the peace and things like that. Is that right?
Yes.
And I had so many crime stats. So you have a maximum prison sentence if you commit X amount of crimes. I had so many that you have a timer when you go into prison and it's real world time, whether you're logged off of the game or in the game. The counter's always
Shut
going.
up.
I had
No.
the maximum sentence and it actually broke the timer. So I was in jail permanently unless I escaped.
Yeah, she definitely went to the prison after
I'm
that.
learning so much about the game in itself. So, okay, just say you kill someone, someone behind a counter somewhere. You get a crime stat. So in real time, just say that was 6 months. Okay, well, how does it work? Like in terms of, just say you committed a small crime. How long is that?
I would
Karen,
say
you know about the
within-
times. You tell her.
Yeah, if you commit like an assault, that's maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes. The maximum prison sentence, if I'm not mistaken, is 13 hours. Either
Oh,
logged in
wow.
the
Okay.
game or if you like
That's
Real
more
hours.
normal. Can you imagine if that
real
happened in
hours.
real life? They were like, a serial killer, get in there, 13 hours. You're not coming out. Oh, no food for you. And then you can come out. Oh, I see. So you do that, and then is it like a cutscene and you get taken away?
Yes. And
No.
well, it's
No, you
not
have
like
to
a
be caught.
cutscene. Yeah, you have to be caught.
So another player has to catch you, or the NPC security forces have to catch you.
Oh, so other players are responsible for law enforcement.
Apprehension, yes. Yep, bounty hunters.
This is amazing.
Don't
No
you want to
wonder-
play it? Come
Yes,
on!
of course I do. And I loved researching it afterwards and finding out that it's effectively like the world's biggest crowdfunder ever. And it's like, it's there, it exists because the fans exist, which I think makes it even more special because I don't know any other game like that.
Yeah.
Of this magnitude. That's amazing because it keeps going because the fans keep it going, and it's just I think that's just so lovely, and it makes sense as to why it feels so much like a community, and everyone just wants to make it the best version that it can be, and I think that's why I've felt so loved coming into this whole world, and you guys have been so lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, we would love to get you in the verse somehow. Definitely.
Yeah, I know. I said to when I messaged David, I think it's David Haddock who I asked. I was like, I don't suppose I could post this clip, and he was like, let me go check, because that stuff is normally a no, you can never post anything like that. And then he was like, it's okay, you can post it. And I said, you've no idea how much people seem to love this stuff. I was like, if you can give me anything else, I said to him, if you find anything from New Babbage, from the assistant, because I was like, they seem to like the assistant more than Dooley. I was like, bring it over. And he said, I'll see what I can do. Who knows? Maybe I'll get some mocap for
Well, that was
New Babbage
another one of my
assistant.
questions. Do you think you might have recorded while you were there parts that could be used for other characters in the future?
Oh, that they like multi-use my voice. Cheeky.
Yeah. Like, how many lines did you say versus how many lines did they use? Is there a lot that you recorded that just weren't used? Don't say anything. Don't say anything that could break an NDA. So maybe you shouldn't answer it.
There was nothing. There's nothing spoilery that I could say, really. I literally stood there and I said, I did all of the answers to anything you could possibly ask the hologram, which is a lot actually, because you can be like, what are you doing here? How do I do this? It's like, it was basically like reading out an instruction manual for the city, which was a lot. And then all of the extra stuff that you can ask are like, and then all the stuff that starts getting played as you're walking around, talking about the history of the place, how it came to be, who created what the ethos is behind New Babbage. Then all the stuff from the trains and the platforms and where you're going and stuff. And so I think I probably recorded everything that was used, to be honest.
Okay.
And then for the second half of the day, I went into Dooley. Dooley's over. So yeah, I think that's it. But I said to David, I said, honestly, that they love this stuff. And I was like, and I've had such a blast. But thank you so much for giving me clearance to post it. And have a lovely week. I've really enjoyed it. And he said, we'll have to get you in for more stuff. So I was like, please, I'd love to.
Wow, hope so.
But maybe I'll be back. Who knows?
Which
But
one
I
of those
guess they
did
don't
you
want to keep
enjoy
using the same voices. I probably would end up being like, oh, it's that fucking Anna again. So they can't overuse me because I'm sure you guys will get very bored of hearing my voice after a while. I promise you would. I would if I was a player.
Well, not really. I mean, you're a hologram, so therefore,
I know.
if that see Microtech, the way it is in the game is Microtech is kind of like Google,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
it's true.
so, imagine if Google bought a planet, a whole planet, and that's kind of what happened in the game. Is Microtech bought the whole planet? The corporation owns the whole planet.
Yeah.
So your
Supposedly,
voice.
there's going to be more cities added to Microtech. Presumably, is that something
Yeah,
that
I
you
think it's going
expect?
to get bigger. I mean, come on, just one little city on the whole planet. That's what it is so far. Well, it's a big city, but one city on the whole planet. There's got to be more. So
Also, another question with Star Citizen obviously being ever expansive since it began, does everything that's ever been made stay playable, or do they get rid of old stuff and replace it with new stuff? Or does it always stay in the galaxy, as
it's
it were?
always going to stay. They have removed some things that just either didn't work or they didn't like it or whatever, but
Okay.
for the most part, everything's going to stay. I don't see your character or New Babbage or Microtech ever leaving. Never.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I just wondered if you could go back to 2009's content or something.
2009 there wasn't any content back. So you're saying some triggering stuff. Okay.
When did it start? When did it fully start?
Can somebody answer these questions?
We're like,
Come on, guys.
I'm just trying to think of their first installment. Can you go back and be like, oh, I remember this from when I started playing, or does that stuff dissolve?
So Star Citizen originally started as a view your ship in the hangar kind of thing back in 2014. And then they kind of
5 years, that was close.
Then they kind of started, flying around in your ship and stuff like that. So you really didn't start seeing a whole lot of anything until about 2015, 2016.
Right.
And then they started introducing planets and cities and stuff like that. And basically a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with now is relatively new. A lot of the stuff really kicked off in 2019. Like 2019 was a really big year for development.
Proper big fights and levels, or playable missions and things like that is all quite new. Right.
But so one of the things the chat was bringing up that was kind of a little side thing is you could probably end up doing there's a add-on called Voice Attack.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could actually be you can interact with an AI that does macro auto commands for your ship. So you can literally tell your ship, close all the doors.
A voice pack where you can
Yes.
Someone's asked me to do this.
Do it. I will have you on my ship. Do it. I will buy that. Whoever asked you, say yes. Just do it.
Yes.
Yeah, people pay like $15 and $20 each for those packs.
Yeah.
Really? So
yes.
That's so interesting. But so it can't just be anyone. They'll upload new ones that you can buy. It can't just be like you.
I would pay for you.
It would have to be you. Or
so
you know what I mean?
Professionally done somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I'd have to ask them then. Let me be a voice pack. That's
funny. I would contact them. If they know that you're the new Babbage hologram, oh my God. You know how many people would buy that?
I reckon if I could start a little petition of, do you want New Babbage as your ship person? And then maybe I'll send it to them and go, there's at least 4 people that want me there. And then they can be like, okay. And you're helping me get paid. You're getting me more work. So
and you'd be in good company. There's a ton of people from the sci-fi community that have done these voice packs.
Apparently, Brian, am I right that Brian Blessed does one of them as well? He's
I
like
believe
a big
so.
voice. Yeah, I've heard some big people have done this stuff. That is very interesting. I will write this down and see if I can get that done because that'd be fun.
Yeah, keep us informed. Let us know.
There are many British actors and actresses who actually are voice packs.
And not only can you read scripts for one game, you can read scripts for multiple games, and you can use your voice in different areas for multiple games too.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's
you get a lot of people excited here.
Kind of personalizing your transportation.
And the cool thing is you have control over your AI's personality. So for instance, I'm blanking out right now. The guy who played Commander Data in
Brent
Star
Spiner.
Trek. Yeah, Brent Spiner. He does one of the voice attack packs, and they were like, "Hey, you could totally be just like Data," and he goes, "No." And he went off the rails.
You can make him like dry and
he was snarky. There's some of them that they do quote unquote mature. So they're telling dirty jokes,
saucy.
They're swearing at you, like
that is so funny. I can just imagine you just like rise and shining, and then your ship being like, "Wake up, fuckhead!"
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh god, I would pay for that.
Awesome. That's what John Delancey did when he played Q in Star Trek. He did almost similar in the voice pack.
Okay, well, I'm gonna follow that guideline. They're gonna be like, "Anna, do the new Babbage, really nice and sweet," and I'd be like, "Sure." Will not be like that.
Or it's like some people in the chat said, it would be awesome to have Special Agent Dooley as your ship voice.
Oh yeah, she doesn't take nonsense. Someone commented on my YouTube video saying, "Yes, maybe it was you." Someone commented saying, "I always got the feeling that she was disappointed in us," and I was like,
"Yeah, she was yelling at us all the time."
There's a lot of people being like, "You shouted at me," and I felt guilt. There was guilt.
It was me.
I'm sorry.
And we were only reloading our ships.
we forgive you.
Friendlies.
Yeah.
It was a stressful time. We were trying to protect Stanton.
So funny because I recorded a little clip. I muted it before I posted it, obviously, because I couldn't release the lines, but of just me recording that day. And I looked and I was recording some of the sassy lines of saying, "Get rid of your bloody crime stat," basically. And it's just so funny seeing my body language because it's of me just being like, "You're like my pointy finger," because I'm clearly like getting mad at you.
That is funny. So when you're yelling at us in the game, you're literally pointing at us too.
Yes, it's this like
shaking your finger, like get back in the fight.
Oh my god!
There, it's kind of like, do you think? Yeah, if you think that you can go through this mission with that on, you're wrong. It's got a lot of sarcastic, like you're gonna sort that out before you come here. And
that's awesome.
I didn't obviously at the time understand what crime stats were, but they were explaining a bit as they go. But again, it's 2 a.m. for them. But they were like, they can't play the mission unless if they've got a crime stat because it can get you in trouble. So just tell them off, type thing. And I was like, okay. But now you guys have helped me understand what on earth goes on there. It's fun.
Hey guys, I apologize
and
for interrupting.
These penguins. Explain the penguins.
I have to get going. I apologize for interrupting, and I want to say thank you for coming on the show, and we all hope to see you again on here soon.
Thank you, Dad. I see you, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much for being here as well.
I would love to explain the penguins.
Oh God! Wait! Wrong person. Okay, the guy who just said that his name's Kronoff. He had sex with the penguins.
I did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're witnessing here is National Geographic at its finest. This is how the penguins are bred. Yeah, there you go.
Stop bouncing on my
This is how we make more penguins. This is why there's so many at New Babbage. Courtesy of Kronoff. Doing the good parts of Stanton. Populating the verse. Making more penguins.
Oh no. I can't even right now.
So, you need to get this fixed immediately.
It'd be so great.
I'd have to kill myself.
No.
Photobomb
Poke
right now.
the bug, and for your bug headline, is this how we make more penguins? Question mark.
So I
You'll
do want to see if this is.
Immediately.
I do want to see if this is duplicated.
Yes.
Oh God.
He
Don't
did.
tell me that's even possible.
It was possible. We sent the bug report to CIG. You did. You molested the penguin.
At the very least, there was penguin molestation.
Penguin molestation.
He's still starting counseling, man. He's still in counseling to this day.
Stuck to his belt. I mean, that already sounds dodgy.
Kronoff, did you think you would let this one down?
I did not think that I would live this one down. But so the penguin was introduced as it's Pico the penguin. He was introduced as the mascot for New Babbage. So you got one up by a penguin.
Like in a gift shop.
It is actually a gift shop.
Yep.
And you buy this little stuffed penguin. There's 3 different variants. 2 of them. One of them's riding a snowboard. One of them's carrying a snowboard, and the other one just doesn't have a snowboard. But they were actually intended to be a test to see whether they could have items that would be persistent in the game. So you can actually carry around the little penguin. You can throw it. The ones that have snowboards attached to their feet, you can actually throw them at a hill, and it'll just keep going down the hill if it lands right. But they're kind of interesting. Yeah, you can throw them. You can just place them random places, and they're actually kind of a plague because if you stick
put them
enough
down
of
to
them,
open doors, right?
so you got to put them down to open doors, but you can also stick them in people's ships. And if you stick them in a weird position, they'll bounce around and the collision will destroy someone's ship. It's actually pretty funny.
Is that unintentional? Like something they don't really realize is happening?
Yes. Unintentional, yeah.
Even funnier.
I got
Even
killed by
funnier.
one.
What's that?
I got killed by one. Somebody threw it in my head, and I got knocked down, fell from a ship, and died.
You're joking.
Never been more embarrassed in my life.
Picos, right? Or someone
Picos.
messaged me saying
Picos,
Yeah, I did a Christmas special called "How Pico Saved Christmas," where the penguin actually saved Christmas.
I'm gonna go find that video after this.
And it's a pretty cute little video for family-friendly video for Christmas. Guys, if anybody who's on Patreon, if you guys want to go ahead and unmute now, and you could ask Anna any questions you might have. I did skip over some of the questions because some of them were kind of answered as we were talking to Anna.
Also, I was talking way too much, so I'm sorry about that.
No. I was hoping you would.
Too much. I love the games. I love games.
Anna, this is Cyberwar talking.
Hey,
Hi.
I've seen you on
Twitter. Yeah, I was talking
hello.
on Twitter briefly. I love your cover of the Pocahontas song, and so does my wife. You made her cry, I gotta say.
I'm so oh, thank you so much.
You have a
I never
beautiful
assumed
voice.
that the gaming world and the singing world will blend. So that is really, this is a unique moment for me. I'm so thank you for listening to that stuff.
I've been a huge fan now of your YouTube videos that you've been doing for Alien Isolation. I'm wondering what is next that you're going to do.
This is a good point. I when it came to the gaming, I thought, what on earth what is interesting for me people to play? And I remember putting a little poll. It's just a poll on Instagram, and I was like, I don't really like horror. What should I play? And obviously, everybody then votes for horror. And I got more people telling me to play Isolation than anything else. So I thought, I've got to bloody do that now. So that's what I was doing for the sake of that's what everyone voted for. But afterwards, so the next game I'm in, I'm so excited about. Like too excited about. So I think, and it probably would make sense to play the next game that I'm a character in. So I think whenever that comes out, I'll play that. But it could be a long time. I think it's still stuff like this. The big dogs take such a long time to come out. So I'm thinking it probably will be 2022 for that one.
Okay.
Not like the later end of 2022. So I've got a time, basically a chunk to probably play another couple. And I don't know, what do you think I should play? What would you play if I were you and me?
Well, I feel you are so good at the survival horror first-person game. You should probably play Outlast or something similar like that. You're amazingly funny.
It doesn't have a PC though.
It's on PS5, I think, isn't it?
It should be.
Well, I'm writing it down. I'll write it down. Do you say Outlast?
Outlast or any survival horror, like anything you've done, it's been brilliant. I have loved it. You're a gem. You're a comedic
I really
gem.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being on here with us.
No, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for even watching my little videos of me faffing around with the alien. I tend to not. I've never really played a game like that before because I get so scared. So maybe I'm getting braver. So maybe I can handle something a little bit more stressful because I normally do play kind of like open world first person shoot. Like I love playing stuff like The Last of Us or Far Cry or Assassin's Creed or
oh my god, you would love
Days
Star
Gone.
Citizen.
I loved Days
Amazing.
Gone. People hated Days Gone, but I thought it was actually really good.
I like it too. I have to give props to you because you finished Alien Isolation. I never could. My anxiety was off the charts.
I don't think I finished it yet. I think I'm on mission. I'm on mission 13 of 18. I think I'm gonna bloody finish it because he's not getting away with scaring me this much. There's probably a few. I've got one more. I'm gonna release an episode this weekend, episode 7. and there should be probably maybe one more, 2 more after that, and then I'll finish it and see what is next for me. But I think it's easier to release something episodically that is level based rather than something open world, because filming and editing an open world game with structure is quite difficult. So I think something level based makes sense in the same way that Alien Isolation does.
I thought that Ripley getting ejected was the end of the game.
Oh my goodness, so did I. I was like, what a waste of my time. But no, I managed to land, and we're continuing with that.
More angst to come, or anxiety to come, I should say.
I don't know how I manage it sometimes, especially at nighttime, because in order for the sound not to get picked up by my mic, I have to play with my headphones in, obviously. And yet, so I've got this horrible, creepy music and this alien like stalking me 24/7, but right in my ears, often at night, because that's when I play. So I'm literally like, and my housemate makes a noise, and I'm like, this is the end. This is the end of my life. But yeah, thank you so much for watching them. I appreciate it, because I know it's only a little baby channel, so you watching them is everything for me at the moment. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming here. Next question for anybody.
If you ever get on Shadow, and are able to play PC games, another one that would be really good. We have a small group that likes to do a game called Phasmophobia.
Someone messaged me this. I Googled it and thought, oh my God.
So
that
Cobra
game does not scare.
No,
Cobra.
why do you got to bring up old stuff?
So Cobra, you brought up the penguins. I can bring this up. So Cobra goes, I don't understand how you guys get scared. If I play this game, I'm just going to disappoint you guys. I'm not going to get scared. He plays this game literally screaming half the stream.
I wouldn't go that far.
Than half the stream.
He thought we locked him in the house.
Oh man, he was yelling at us so much.
Is it co-op? You can all like be in there together.
Yeah, it's co-op. 4 people. Yeah.
It's the thing with the game is that when you watch those movies where it's just blood spatter all over the place, and you're just like, oh well. And then you watch those really terrifying horror movies where you're just sitting on the edge of the chair and you can just hear on the music, now something happens, and then nothing happens, and you go, oh, and then it happens.
Yes, 100%.
That's the kind of game Phasmophobia is.
Classic horror. It's like, some woman is scared about something in the house, and then the music's getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and then she turns around and it's like behind the door. She knows it's behind the door. The music is getting worse. Then you open the door, nothing there. It's fine. She shuts the door. It's behind her. It's that whole classic setup of making you shit yourself. And I can only imagine that Phasmophobia does that the whole time. So I appreciate the suggestion.
Yeah. Let me interject here real quick. And Karen or Vega, if you guys could post Anna's YouTube channel one more time in the Twitch chat.
I think they did.
Oh, did she?
You better run.
Yes, that's our mascot Nemesis One, who just said something. Don't let him creep you out. He's always in character.
Yeah, he is.
It's easier in life to be a character than yourself. I can vouch for that. 100%.
Honestly.
If you're in the Twitch chat and you would like to get on the show here and ask Anna a question, go ahead and join the live public stream. And when I notice you there, I will drag you into the Patreon chat where we're at, or the Friday podcast show, actually, is where we're at.
Drag.
Yes, kicking and screaming. I'll throw you into the room. You have to pick yourself up before you ask a question.
You do that enough. By the way, just amazing content on your YouTube channel. I'm Lazarus Codex. And by the way, if ever the hologram disappear, there's gonna be riots. It has to stay there. It has to stay there.
He's saying if CIG removes you, there's going to be riots. We will burn down New Babbage.
Love for Mrs. Babbage. I know it sounds like I was being sarcastic when I said I had a little cry when you sent me that photo. A genuine tear came out of my mouth. My mouth. That would have been even weirder. A tear came out of my eye. I saw that photo and my mouth. I dribbled slightly. No, but that photo genuinely was just like, this is all I've ever wanted. This is all I've ever wanted, to be in games and be part of. I think it was just a moment where my acting and my kind of love for gaming blended in that one photo.
Yes.
I can't really describe what it felt like, because because I've not had that moment yet of acting and gaming, that those things fully coming together in one moment. And that photo was that for me. And I just got really emotional, and I was just like, what's happening to me? Is a photo of Pico's making me cry? But it did.
We were just
everyone in that picture. Thank you so much.
Pico party.
Right before that picture, we were in a very heated war with random people.
Oh god!
Oh my
and
God.
just killing people one right after another. We were dying left and right. They were dying left and right. And after the war, we were all so tuckered out. We're like, let's go to New Babbage, take a picture with Anna and her character, the hologram, and I said I'll send it to her on Twitter.
Loved
and they were
it.
all so excited.
Can you like fast travel there, or does everyone have to fly there together?
Oh, there's no fast travel in this game unless you kill yourself or, yeah, there's no, you have to travel there. So I think
I like that. I prefer that.
It took about an hour for everybody to get there.
Yeah, if I recall, some people had really slow ships that night. Like painfully slow ships at night.
We were all waiting there for an hour, jumping off the beams that are near the ceiling, killing time.
Oh my God, an hour. Wait, so if someone's got like some shitty internet connection, their ship will take ages?
No. Depends on the kind of ship you have.
Yeah, it's the engine, the quantum, basically engine, the thing that makes you go from point A to point B, depending on size of the ship and what grade it is. It can either way be.
You buy that.
Yeah, you have to buy that in game with a UEC by doing works or whatnot, and it can either way be slow as heck. It takes you literally like almost 10 minutes to get somewhere, to where it's gonna be like 2 to 3 minutes. So it changed a lot of dynamic in the game.
Yeah, and there was another restriction because there are only 50 people in a server. If you are in the wrong server, you have to log out and hope you can get into the right server.
Yep, Eric.
Yeah.
That happened to me.
Plus, when you wake up and your easy hab, which is like your apartment, you got to get out of the room, you got to take an elevator down to somewhere, and then you got to walk to the train station or the bus station, take a bus or a train down to the main part of the city, go to the ship terminals, call your ship, have it delivered to your hangar. Go to your
I know that sounds like a pain, but I think that it feels more immersive to me.
It is.
Yes, exactly.
It's a real journey.
She gets it.
That's what I mean. Sometimes, like if I'm on a game and it's open world and I know I'm about to travel to the final mission of the whole game, I will do that from wherever I am properly and not fast travel there, because it feels like the moment. Do you know what I mean? I want to feel like I've actually gone there and done it rather than just pressed a button and waited.
Yeah.
Because it is a different immersive feeling. The journey is everything in game. I mean, a game is a journey from start, middle to the end, and that is what makes a game so great. Is feeling like you've had a journey that gave you everything that you wanted, and you feel different at the end. So to keep fast traveling is kind of shitty, and so I love that they don't even give you an option for that, because it will feel like you are properly traveling to a new world every time you find a new place and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so
there is definitely like what's the word I'm looking for? Like I can figure it out, but I can't think of the word. Consequences to what you do to where you are. So if you load in and all your friends are all the way over at Microtech and you're at Port Alisar or Daymar, somewhere, and they go, "Hey, meet me over here." You're like, "Oh my God, that's a long trip." Okay, and let me go fill up on gas, and I'll be there in a second. And
have you got to buy gas with real money as well, or you earn it with other things?
Not real money. No, the only you buy the gas with in-game money.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes you have a ship that doesn't have a good quantum drive. Maybe you can't afford to upgrade that quantum drive, and you have to go halfway there, stop, get gas, and make the rest of the trip. So
what happens if you run out of gas? Sorry, gas for you guys. What happens if you're in the middle of a journey? Gas ends.
You're stuck. You're stuck. Now
they can let you. You can make a beacon.
So yes, you can make a beacon. Go ahead, Garbage.
You can ask people to come pick you up. You can actually make a beacon and actually offer them money for a ride.
And then you have to get out your ship and get on their ship.
Yes.
I thought.
You're just gonna have to take a loss on it and use your insurance to claim it at the next terminal.
This is crazy. This is literally like.
when you
Pretty
guys were
soon
telling her
we'll-
about prison, I don't think you guys explained that once you're in there, there's also escaping from prison.
Yeah, you don't have to serve a time. You can escape.
And you
Yeah,
have to clear your
go
crime
through these
stat.
massive caves. You got to go through these massive caves, make these Tomb Raider jumps, and once you get out, you got to have a crew there to pick you up. So you got to have a getaway vehicle, otherwise you're stuck and you're just gonna die out there.
So if we were playing together, I'd be like, Cobra, I'm breaking out. You gotta pick me up, and you'd be like,
Yep.
sure, wait for you. And
Yep.
I go, break
And
out.
then once we pick you up, you're then a fugitive, and there's a bounty put on your head that you escaped from prison. Now players are going to come after you. So me and you, we got to go to a place to erase your crime stat. So we'll go to a place like Security Post Korea, and I'm going to, guard you while you're using a hacking chip to break into the government computer and erase your crime
This
stats.
is incredible. This is incredible. It's so big.
You like it.
And all that also takes a very long time.
I am not surprised if you are going to buy a computer, set up an account, buy a pledge, and join us.
Imagine that's just one system.
Oh my god.
So I actually do have a question that came up when I was talking to Karen earlier. So when they initially launched, or when they initially announced your character, I know you shared that on your Twitter a while ago.
Yeah.
They shared that during
Ready.
CitizenCon. That was why they had the whole panel and the huge audience. That was actually a big convention Star Citizen does every year.
Convention. There we go. Okay.
And so when they first announced your character and they showed it on the screen, it was actually in a different outfit than it is now.
Yes, I was in a dress.
What do you feel about that outfit change? Because personally, I like the dress more.
I love the dress. I wish I had it myself.
Yeah, they put you in a suit.
Aaron loved the dress.
Yeah, you're in like a white
Interesting
business
point. I'm
suit now.
going back. So, also the photo that the little thing that Cobra tagged me in on Twitter, the little representing today's stream. I was wearing something different there. Are you sure her outfit doesn't change from different places?
No, it's a suit now.
Okay, that's very interesting. Wow.
Corporate
dress.
hologram.
So this dress is not what I look like anymore.
No.
No. Would have been way better though.
You're wearing a white suit.
No, yeah, that's
If you look at the
So-
picture that Cobra put up of everybody with the picos, you're actually in a suit now, and it's in the same spot.
And now I look like this.
Yeah.
sort of a traditional Microtech suit.
Okay, interesting. But because even in then the picture that you in this one today, I look different as well.
That's okay. That's because I got that picture from an old post.
Okay, so she's had
yeah.
several
Can
different
she
outfits.
see the,
Yes,
can
she
she
did.
see the Patreon chat? Like I just posted the pic where like we can see
Yeah, that's what she's wearing now in the Patreon chat.
she has
I love
access
this
to it.
picture. It literally makes me cry.
I mean, it was an
Picture makes me
amazing
sad,
moment. Like we took like a rest to just do that. It was just funny as hell.
That's a lot. That's a lot of you.
Man, we're more than half the server in that picture. God damn.
So you know what we should do is we should get Anna to create a Star Citizen account, so that way if she ever does get onto Star Citizen, she can at least have the name reserved as Miss Babbage.
Oh my god, true to that.
It would be literally Miss Babbage.
You would bamboozle so many people in comms because you would just be able to like imitate your character,
Be like,
your voice.
Oh my gosh, she
I'll-
could troll the
I'll
whole
do two
server.
characters.
Yeah.
I'll do two. I'll get two accounts. One is Miss Babbage, and I'll just keep going up to people and annoying them with information about Microtech. And I'll be like, leave me alone. I think the
Do you know what you could do
glitching
to
out.
people? Like,
Miss
if you had the
Babbage is
game, you
following
could
me
create a character that looked just like the new Miss Babbage, right? And just
Yeah.
walk around and go in proximity chat and just walk up to strangers and just start doing the whole thing.
Or can I do it?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Just when I
people
went
would be so
over-
freaked out.
Over global, why am I hearing the new Babbage
ninth
hologram
generation.
in Hurston?
Yes,
And you know,
or
you
do
know
Special Agent Dooley and just start bossing people around.
Yeah,
your
the doodle
YouTube
one
channel.
would be funnier because I could then be Lauren. I could do, what did you say, apprehension. I could just keep doing
Oh, yeah.
apprehension.
Yep.
Arresting
You're-
them, putting them back.
Your
Arrest
YouTube
Cobra.
channel,
He can get the code
your
anymore.
YouTube channel would explode overnight if you just
It
started
would.
doing videos
Oh,
where
yeah.
you're in Star Citizen as the person who was the
Oh my
hologram in
God.
New Babbage, just trolling
Yeah.
I
people.
know. That's the
Check with
thing.
CID
That's what I want
first.
to do. fun to play, which is why whenever characters can come out, if I can play them, I think it would be really fun for people to watch me playing as me or talking to myself would be quite funny.
You also would need to get your vindication against me for killing you as a hologram. We would have to have a 1v1. It would be so much fun.
Well, you and I both killed her. You and I both killed her in the same day. We killed the 2 separate holograms.
Oh, so that you have to kill Chronoff too.
Oh God, it's a double hit.
I never killed you, Anna.
Cobra's my best friend.
That's right.
I may have grenade launched the hologram at some point.
Before they fixed her to the base of the hologram display, you could use a grenade launcher and get her to stumble down the steps and out to the trams, but you couldn't quite get her onto the trams to have her go around New Babbage as a hologram on a tram.
Does she still talk? Like even when she's on the floor, can you still ask her stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
She'll just keep going.
Yep.
Even if she's face planted.
Yeah.
She's technically invincible.
Yeah, she's immortal.
I like that. I'll take that.
Oh yeah, the second hologram that we killed of you, that was actually the spaceport hologram. So the one that was in the video that Karen killed was the one that was in the hallway before you go to the promenade.
How many of these there?
There's I think 3.
3 of them.
One in the spaceport, one in the promenade, and one at the spaceport. Or the
It'd be so
space
funny
station.
for someone
Yeah,
to like knock
so
knock all 3 of them into the same place so that they're all together at once.
Well, so when Karen and I did it, we just had knives out. And if you do, you can actually go up behind a character and do a takedown with a knife. And that was how she got you to disappear through the floor. The one that was in the spaceport, didn't disappear through the ground. So you were just kind of laying there unconscious and you could still ask it questions.
Now you know why I felt so bad.
Oh God, you guys are savage.
I might have thrown a grenade
Savagery.
once. I might have thrown a grenade once, but that's all I've done. I'd never done anything else to the hologram in New Babbage.
That's why I'm saying Anna needs her vindication.
It's
She
just
needs to join us.
misunderstood. The only thing I do
It's like in there's some games that don't let you kill like main characters and stuff, and there's some games that you just can. Like I think in Fallout, for example, you can kill anyone at any time.
Yep, and
Right. I don't know if
completely
anyone's
mess your
played
game up
Fallout.
doing so.
Yeah, and I remember just someone I don't think people realize my love for games. I remember I was playing a game and I paused it. My friend was around and I went to go make a cup of tea, and then they were just picking up the controller and just shooting people, and I was like, no, this is not just like Pac-Man. You can't. People don't realize what games have become now. You can't just like kill. You have relationships in games. I build my relationships. I have my partner for life, and then you could just shoot them in the head accidentally. It's not funny. I'm not. It's no joke. So when you're all like on an online stream together, can you all just shoot each other if you wanted to straight away?
Oh yeah.
It happens
And
often
get crime
enough that
stats.
it just evolves into just a shoot fest.
Blow each other's ships
Last
up
stream,
and stuff.
Cobra friendly firing me
Just,
so hard.
just ask Cobra. He'll tell you.
We normally line Cobra up
Don't
against
let
the wall
Cobra
and shoot
near
him.
the pilot seat or an engineering
Oh God, no.
system in a ship that's not his. You'll
Yep.
wind
Or-
up with no ship.
Or near a vehicle which is
And
inside your
according to
ship.
these guys, I don't play the game very well. I'm not very dangerous or very good. But according to these guys, they will all tell you stories how many times I've killed them.
What happens when you die? You just
He's
And
kind
I
of
can-
but
and
for
I
his
can tell
own
you a sto-
team, that's the difference.
And I
So-
can tell you a story. My name is Eric Bowler. But in game, it's Eric.
Eric.
And I can tell you why. I was flying a ship with a ground vehicle inside it. And I said, and it blew up. Not the ship, but the vehicle inside. But because the vehicle inside blew up, the ship blew up. And I say, I think it's someone named starting with a C.
Corey.
And he started Erica. And from that moment on, I changed my name into Erica Boulder in game.
I think that's Cobra, isn't it?
But so to
I mean-
answer your question, Anna, when you die, you spawn back at what? So there's 2 ways you can respawn. So either A, there is a ship that has a ICU bed, so it's basically a medical respawn point.
Good hospital.
Not very many ships have those.
Okay.
So you can either pair yourself to an ICU bed and spawn inside of the ship, or you get transported back to the last station that you landed at.
Or in prison.
Is that
unless no, but there is a but. If you got a crime set and you are killed by a player who doesn't have call to arms or an individual, you will end up at Grim Hex because that is the only place where you can spawn with a crime set.
That's where the bad guys are.
Bad
That's where the bad guys are. If you get
It's a
killed by
pirate
someone with call to arms,
space station,
or a bounty hunter, or a NPC security, you wake up in jail.
You can see Cobra's video when he was
I am
first time
learning
talking.
so much.
It was so much fun with Cobra when you had the first time with when you met someone for the first time there at the Grim Hex, one of these pirates.
Yeah,
exactly. That was so cool.
Cobra Den.
Anna, you would love this game. It's not just a game. It's not like Battlefield where there's like matches that you have to win. There's no pay to win.
Happening.
It's just it's a place to exist. And I'm in the game every day from like 5 to 9 o'clock playing with these guys. We get into so many adventures, chaotic situations. We get we'll be in a server where an org will go to war with us. We're exploring. We got a stream where we heard there was a tree on Microtech that bared fruit that you could actually pick it off and eat it. So we went on this big exploration expedition, found the tree, and all had a snack. And it took us hours to find the tree. It's
why did it take you a long time? You just have to look.
Oh my god!
It was rare. It's a rare tree. Yeah.
The planet
tree and the planets are huge.
Yeah.
The scale in this game is
An
1-to-1.
Crazy.
Huge. So a planet is actually what? Daymar is how many square kilometers? Is it 50 million square kilometers?
It's a lot.
Hurston is 50 million square kilometers. Daymar
Square
is
kilometers.
28 million square kilometers.
It's a 1-to-4. It's a 1-to-4 ratio.
And then to
But
imagine
wait.
this is one system only.
We did not all get fruit, Cobra. If I recall, you guys picked that tree bare before I got there.
Okay, so not everybody got a chance to eat. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Me neither. I mean neither.
Anyway, I'm saying Star Citizen isn't the game. Star Citizen is a lifestyle.
It is.
True to
Sound
that.
like it.
I mean, look, like you can go out and combat and all do that stuff, and yet you can just be there in your shit, drinking coffee, water, and
there's
eating.
coffee to drink.
Well,
And there's
no
a
food
ton
or
of different
anything else.
gameplay loops that you can do. You can be a bounty hunter. You can be a person who does trading. You can be a person who does mining. You can just
Can you be different
chill and
day to day?
explore.
Can you just like go into the game one day and decide to do one thing, and then the next day reverse all of it and just do something else?
Yeah.
You do what you want.
You never have to reverse anything. It's
I can-
all
I can-
except for criminality. Like criminality is the only one that
You're not
Now
given a
he's for life.
schedule. You make your own schedule. You're not given one, basically.
Yep.
In this game.
It's
I get
awesome.
my vehicle and drive for 3 hours if I want, straight in one direction through the mountains if I want. Don't have to
One
do
word.
anything really.
Or
One word,
drugs.
thug life.
Smuggle drugs.
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Hell yeah.
You can even be a philanthropist with a big rich ship, with a yacht, with a swimming pool, and
Daddy jump.
Cobra.
But
And hold parties and convince people to come out of your ship and not blow it up.
Daddy jump.
Cobra
Definitely.
again.
and that's the
Shoot
crazy
grenades.
part. You don't
I have,
actually have to own a crazy big ship either. You
I'm
can actually ride with other people.
a sweatbands for the thumbs.
Oh, I saw that in your video. That is so freaking awesome,
my
dude. So
God.
awesome.
No way.
Where did you get those, by the
Those are
way?
amazing. Player
The
one.
swag.
That was a Christmas present.
God, the swag
That was
of playing with those. Jesus.
When you put those on, I'm like, this is a streamer I can watch.
My God,
saying.
that's an OG item. That's an OG item right there. Jesus.
When I was setting up my YouTube channel, I thought I'm just gonna do some silly little video of me wearing everything gaming that I have, and I've got literally everything you think of, like in terms of like hoodies, socks, t-shirts, mugs, you know. And I thought, and I was looking around, I just thought if I had to do a small montage of everything, you know, as in like just me introducing my little channel, and then I was like, this has to be in the video, and then I just had a little video of me putting them on, you know, getting ready.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
So
God.
brilliant.
RGBs.
Oh,
like,
Cobra.
Your editing powers are wizard.
So Cobra, we should actually, and I will front the money for this if you want. We should get her one of your look at that Pico shirts, and then you
Oh
and Vega
my
sign it.
God. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I don't. It's late over there, Anna. So I don't know how much time you have. Don't feel shy about saying, "Hey, I gotta go, guys." But I wanted to
I'll
kind of
fall asleep live on camera.
What's
instead.
that?
Oh my
I'll
god.
fall asleep live on camera.
She's a true gamer. She's a true streamer. There we go.
Anna, he probably
3
thinks you're
million
from
views
Australia.
on Cobra
Hey, look,
TV.
we've all had days where we have played through the night and suddenly it's daylight and we think, oh no, I've not slept and I've got work tomorrow or something. We've all had that moment.
Oh, I've fallen asleep on stream before, but nobody knew because I wasn't on camera at the time. So.
Oh no! During your
Anna,
24-hour stream, you were on camera when you fell asleep.
One of our miners, he will fall asleep and start snoring in stream while we're trying to.
Everyone's like, wow, Cobra, you are such a good listener. Thank you for listening to me on that topic. I really feel like you really absorbed it, and you're actually just asleep.
Yep.
Just hear one snoring, you're just like, oh my god.
Anna, Cobra just probably thinks you're from Australia.
True.
I know.
No, just Addy. Addy. See, I always tease Addy that he's from Australia because there used to be somebody that was on our show that sounded just like him, but with a crappier mic, and that guy was from Australia. So I kept getting them both confused, and from there on, I always tease Addy that he's from Australia.
I think the Australian accent is amazing.
If you guys want to jump into
I told you, Bruce, didn't I?
Who knew?
Twitch chat,
So
if you want to jump
complicated.
into the show to talk to Anna, go ahead and just enter into the live public stream, and then I'll drag you in here. All right. Does anybody else have any more questions?
Or if you don't.
So
Do you
when
know
are we
more
getting her
jokes?
set up on Star Citizen so you two
We-
can do
oh,
two
yes.
videos, one from her perspective and one from your perspective of showing her the verse?
We got to get you in a verse. We got to find a way. I wonder if we could raise money to get you a PC.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we need to try that.
I guess I would only end up using it for Star Citizen,
So?
right?
That's
Can
all
you
I
still-
use my PC for, Star Citizen.
They're pretty much almost, unless it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, there are just as many games on the PC as what there are for PS5 and beyond.
Per two.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sure we could make you a GoFundMe campaign, and then have all of the major Star Citizen, streamers would probably get on board to having
I
a voice.
could get on camera again whilst you are playing and you just show me around.
I mean, that would.
I'd be like,
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
You got to be there.
If you don't, face palm like somewhere by just tripping or jumping to your death by mistake, or even the way friendly fire Cobra,
it's
by mistake at least once, you haven't lived through Star Citizen.
It's not just that. Have you ever played VR, Anna?
Yeah, the first game I did, the Bravo team, was a VR game, so I ended up playing that, and it was weird me telling myself what to do and where to go.
Okay,
Which I have.
So before you played VR and you looked at videos online about what VR looked like, and then you experienced it, it was completely different, right? It's not the same as looking at a YouTube video of somebody in VR than it is. It's much different seeing it, right? Because you get the depth, you get to see. It's completely different. Star Citizen's the same way. You could watch people play it all day long, and there's an immersion, a fidelity of the game that you can't feel unless you're actually controlling it and you're in that world and in that environment. It's the same kind of.
Don't doubt it,
Huh?
Don't doubt it at all. It makes, from what you're telling me and everything, that the kind of the vastness of it makes total sense.
Yeah, I get people all the time. I'll do tours and take people out into the verse. They've seen tons of Star Citizen videos, but when you're standing in New Babbage and you're looking down and you're standing on a marble floor, and it's just so much different, and it seems so much more real. So much.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. It's just there's something there that you don't get by watching videos.
Yeah. And it's getting bigger. It's growing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've actually played that VR game, and I had no idea that was you.
The Bravo team.
Yeah, I actually have that in my living room.
You know what? It's terrible.
It's horrible. But it's so fun.
Not good. They were really. I remember recording it, and they were really, really trying to hit a deadline. And I think, we all seen what happened to Cyberpunk. When you're rushing for a deadline, things just start messing up. And I think they weren't quite ready, and were having to hit a release date. And they were like rewriting the script as I was saying it and things like that. It was so chaotic. And then when it came out, I think, yeah, so much could have been done better, because there wasn't, I think it was like one of the first gun VR stuff that they'd brought out on PlayStation. So I think it was like, it seemed really new and exciting, but they just didn't execute it very well. But yes, that is me telling you where to go all the time. Sniper up in head. And I had to, obviously, because it's so much of games is player choice. So you have to record every possibility that the player could do. And one of them was like, shoot the sniper, and the sniper could be in any different room depending on what you'd done. So I had to, there's about 3 different pages of shoot the sniper, 3rd building, 4th window, 3rd building, first window, 4th building, 7th floor, the same sentence again and again and again, depending on what the player might do. And I was, by the end of it, I was like, but yeah, that was fun. And yeah, again, by the time the game comes out, I've forgotten everything that I've said. So I am literally listening to myself and new, which is a very trippy experience, because I don't remember any of the lines at that stage. And then I am genuinely telling myself where to go.
Do you lose your voice? Like, do you legit lose your voice sometimes?
Lose
From,
it?
like,
Do you lose your voice while you're acting, voice acting?
Sometimes, like from all.
Some of the shout. I remember leaving after finishing the Dooley lines. I left the studio and was like, I should, because if I've not been using it properly, because there are certain ways to use your voice and project and stretch certain things and use different parts of the body that make you be able to shout without hurting yourself. But after a while, it can just take its toll on your throat. So yeah, I did leave and was like, with a slightly forced out to me. Like,
Very
Idris
similar
down.
to
There's a lot of
what you're saying.
get that Idris.
So how do you feel about the dichotomy of being the most loved character in Star Citizen and the most hated character in Star Citizen?
People hate Dooley. Come
Everybody
on.
hated Dooley because she did nothing but yell at you.
We got yelled at a lot by Dooley.
I was making sure you were prepared. That's what made you feel. If you felt like the stakes were high, it was because Dooley put you there, in that place emotionally.
We were just like, oh my God, she's yelling at us again.
It's like, get back to the fight. And we're like, okay.
It was. At one point, I had a where your hearings after, and I couldn't hear your character anymore. So much she yelled at me for friendly fire, and everything that I couldn't hear.
Turn me off.
No, you can't. You could not turn the character speech off because she was part of the mission set.
Yep, you couldn't.
Right. Yeah.
So she would very get onto you if you started to behave badly during the event.
I mean, I would. Can't blame her.
I mean,
right? It's a big deal. Protect, with 2 C's. Protect. So just to clarify, before I end up having to sleep, did you just wake up one day? Do you know something's coming, and do you have like a certain date where they say that you're going to be able to play Assault on Stanton, and then one day you just wake up, it's happening, or do you have to go to a place to start it?
No,
you know what I mean? Like, do you go to a place to start the mission?
It was a bit of both. They gave us the announcement of when the event would be running from, and when it would be running until, and then it was up to us to make our way out to the event areas to wait for the events to start, because it was a 2-part event.
Yeah.
So the way the mission started is you would wake up in your bed and all of a sudden you would have this video message of you telling us to sign up.
Yeah, you.
Hey, you.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
There, like,
Our first phone call
your cereal, and I'm like,
after waking up was you.
No. Is this? I remember doing lots of lines about like, if you're free, we could really use your help. That stuff.
Exactly.
I would wake up
exactly
from jail and then like see a character pops up and like, yeah, just sign up, and I'm against Xeno. I'm like, okay.
So you can't be like, no, Dooley, fuck off. You have to go.
No, you
Well, you could, but it would remind you.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, you'd be in the middle of bounty hunting. We could really use your help. Xenothreat's kicking our ass.
It's the first iteration of the actual event in Star Citizen, so.
Yeah, you're very pushy.
Oh yeah, you want us there.
I definitely was getting pushy vibes. So now no one can play that level anymore.
So one of the little
the
funny
event's
stories
over.
about the event was that the event took place at two places. You had the primary place, or what was it called? Jericho station, and then you had a little area with a lot of derelict ships that you
The
had to
derelict
recover
ship
stuff
site, yep.
from. Yeah, and then when I played the event, I arrived at Jericho, and then I heard someone write in the chat that there's a lot of Xeno threat at the crash site, the derelict site. So I went on my way there, and then you told me in the radio, or whatever we should call it, where you're going, come back, we have something. And then I went back, and, and then people said in the global chat, we're getting killed here, and it was just, where am I supposed to go?
Oh my god, I was misleading you totally.
No, I didn't have a
That,
problem.
and
I
when
didn't have a
people
problem.
ran out of ammunition and bullets and stuff, they had to go and rearm. And as they're going to rearm to get back into the fight, you're sitting there yelling at them, "Get back into the fight! Where you going?"
Get back to the fight. Yeah.
I'm rearming.
I'm remembering this stuff now.
So it looks like, looking at the Twitch
Weapons
chat,
free, y'all, is my favorite line of all of it.
looking at
Weapons
the
free,
Twitch
y'all.
chat, they're saying if you start up a GoFundMe, you've got a lot of people that
Yes,
are willing to donate towards
there's
your
a lot of
computer.
people willing to get you that PC if you start a GoFundMe.
And we want to see Miss Babbage in game.
We want you. The only stipulation is you got to join the Cobra force. And bro is not gender assigned. Bro is a friend. You know, we're all bros. Even, you know, all of us are bros. We're all friends. That's
Bros.
Or cool
I'm not-
babes.
And you get to play with Karen.
Oh my god, that would be so much fun.
Oh,
The really cool
God.
thing is that the clothes that you're wearing as Miss Babbage, you can actually buy that at New Babbage.
Yeah, we have clothing stores.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the coat that Dolly is wearing is one that you could get at what's it called? The one that was removed. I forgot the name.
Levski.
Delamar.
Levski.
Yeah, Levski.
Delamar.
Yeah, Delamar. So
You
I
can
don't think
buy
you can get that coat
the Babbage
anymore.
outfit.
Yeah.
At the shop.
Yes.
Yes, at
All
New
kinds of
It's actually
outfits.
the same outfit.
You can start your own Miss Babbage force.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
they got-
You can
Could be a
literally
walk-on.
arrive at Hurston.
They
or
got
anything
clothing
like
stores.
that,
You can
and
buy
then
shoes,
go
sunglasses.
and harass people as Miss Babbage.
Yes.
I'm just imagining like 20 Miss Babbages running around. That's what I'm imagining. That's what I want.
No, I'm scared. I'm running.
I'd be like,
I'm
it's the real one.
No, I'm 180 out of there as fast as I can. I'm not coming back. This is like it's nightmare inducing.
It's very kind of, you know what it reminds me of? You know the film I Robot, the film.
Right.
Robot. Yeah.
Be careful with
Robot,
New
the film. Will Smith. Great film.
Mhm.
Like that facility where all of those androids are getting built for public use. There's kind of like these super high ceilings and like, you know, balconies. It's all white. That's what I felt like I was doing. And there is lots of holograms in iRobot as well. So when I was recording this, I was thinking a lot about that film because that felt like a reference point to me. So the idea that there's just like loads of these Miss Babbages suddenly feels like some kind of really frightening revolution.
You know what?
That I'm down for.
I do have to give you a minor warning when you're walking in New Babbage. The stairs could be deadly. Right, Karen?
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the stairs.
So the other thing is if you put on that outfit and you make your character look like the same character model as the hologram and you start walking around, don't tell anyone that that's what you're doing. Because you won't have a player nameplate over you, and then you could just walk around and start talking to people.
Oh my God.
And they will put in bug reports and be like, "Yo, the hologram's walking around New Babbage. What is going on?"
Properly mess with people.
You will bamboozle so many people.
I just thought of
This is
something.
diabolical.
No, I just thought of something even funnier. Just hide somewhere where your hologram model is, right? And when people come walking through there near your hologram, just hold down the proximity button and just start saying weird stuff in the hologram voice. Hey, you. Hey, stupid. Come over here and ask me some questions. Don't you pay attention to me anymore? You know what I mean?
No.
It would start
You're in the
freaking
red
suit out so bad.
Or I could just like really start frightening people and be like, "This planet is self-destructing."
Yes!
20.
Yes!
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 Then everyone's like, "I gotta go." I gotta go. Like, sell all your stuff.
Going out of
Sell
there.
all of your stuff.
Cobra, Anna, and the rest of you, I'm going to call it a night. So take care, all, and
Okay.
toodle pip.
Goodbye,
Bye,
Addy.
Daddy.
Good night, man.
See you all.
See you later.
Toodaloo.
Bottom of the morning to you.
Okay.
Top of the morning.
So what I've
Actually,
gathered
I'm
from
actually
this
just on the
interview so
Discord
far,
website now, just looking at stuff because I had to create an account to be on here, and it's all new. Never seen stuff like this.
So the big takeaway from this whole interview is we are apparently going to start a GoFundMe to get Anna a computer so we can get her in the verse. She's going to join the Cobra
big
Force, and
takeaway
we are
here.
going to mess with people.
Miss Babbage. Oh God, that
Mess with them.
Oh my
if,
God.
If you do this, Anna, and you do create a GoFundMe, make sure you let me know on Twitter, and I'll put it in our Discord. We got 3,000 people in our Discord, and I'm sure we could get that. I mean, even if everybody just donated $1 in our Discord, we'd get her a really good PC.
True.
I would feel too bad.
No,
I
this
feel
is what
so
we do.
awful.
Look, Anna, this is the
It's
Star
one big
Citizen
family.
community. This is what we do for people. Or
We're
this is
not-
the
we're
Cobra
not-
TV
yeah,
community,
yeah.
rather.
We're not like just some random, like we're legit part, like I'd say like close family. So I mean, yeah, of course, like look up people with like what they need, like that'd be awesome. Just generally in point of like what could be done with that of you being in Star Citizen would be completely out wild.
Oh yeah,
We do it all. We do it all the time. Like at moments, we've had people who just watch the stream and don't have like the game, and they'll actually come into the Discord and we'll actually buy the game for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Starter
you
packs are cheap. It
guys.
gets people into the game. It keeps people playing.
And I
honestly,
personally will front a starter pack towards the whole project.
Might as well contribute to it.
Good journey 2 in the chat says, "What's the best ship in Star Citizen? The friendship."
Yeah.
True. Very true.
That's a great comment. Thank you. Good journey.
It's so
Where are you reading these? Am I missing something? I'm going to click on. Have you sent me a
Oh,
link to it?
it's
You
on the
have
Twitch. I sent you a link to it.
I'm clicking it now.
Twitch stream.
I don't know.
So
what
I
to do
can-
these
I
things.
can
And Anna, if we're tossing money to this mook, we'll easily be able to get you a computer.
Oh God. We need to give her like the most like iconic like streamer gamer PC with like filled with RGBs just for the lol factor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'm finally on the Twitch now.
yeah. Start. If you do this, I don't want to press you into doing it or anything, but if you do, I am pressuring you to letting me know so that way I could help it.
Oh, I literally, I don't know what to say. That's like the loveliest thing ever.
Anna, you've already became a family of the Cobra Force.
Yes, you are forever Cobra Force.
Yeah.
Cobra Bay or Cobra Force.
Don't let Eric give you any Kool-Aid though.
And if anything,
Don't
you
drink
can
the
just think
Kool-Aid.
of it, and you can just think of it as reparations for us, like assaulting you in game.
Yeah, we
Oh
kind
my
of feel
god,
about
some dodgy stuff has been happening. So
yeah.
I think it's only fair.
The new PC is hush money.
Okay, we're coming up
I'm on
towards the end of the
Zodiac
show.
sign.
I just want to remind anybody that's on the call here, if you haven't gotten a chance to talk to Anna, make sure you speak up here soon because we are coming towards the end. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Anna.
Oh no, I was just about to say it's there's like a lag when I'm watching it on Twitch, but is it fine for everybody else?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
and whatnot is very
Twitch is a
finicky.
few seconds behind or more.
Oh good, okay. Because like if my hand's here on Twitch, then if I put my hand down, and my hand stays there for ages, and I'm like,
Yeah, there's a delay for Twitch, but it's everybody's seeing it fine. They don't know that you're
okay.
Yeah.
I see. That makes total sense. Okay, yeah, sure.
Cobra,
So
did you ask what her sign was?
ask go for it.
What'd you say?
I was about to say, yeah, I probably should. But please ask me anything if you want to whilst I'm here. I'd love to. I'm so grateful to be here, and thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure, trust
It's
me.
ours. Yeah.
I might have missed it, but Cobra was wondering earlier what your zodiac sign was because you're multi-talented.
Yeah. I guess Sagittarius. Am I wrong?
Oh, yeah, wrong. Yeah.
She's a Cancer. I told you that.
I know. Well, I was hoping you were wrong.
Which is so funny because I always hear Sagittarius as having like a bad rep for being like just really arrogant and selfish, and then I hear Cancers also have a bad rep for just being too emotional. So it's like no one wins, no one can win.
Yeah.
But I know Cancer have a very good reputation. But I am very emotional. I think cancers are like super creative in like and homebodies, and that is definitely, I relate to all of those parts of Cancerian life. Stay at home with my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Snacks, snacking, games, bed, jumpers, hot chocolate.
Yes.
Chocolate cheese. Have you ever heard of chocolate cheese?
Oh God. Oh God. No. No. Okay, the show's ending like right now. Thanks for that comment.
So
next thing you know, he's gonna say pineapple on pizza. Just
no,
stop.
chocolate cheese.
Nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza. It's good with ham and chicken.
That's in a
Pineapple belongs on pizza. It belongs on pizza. Okay. Who's saying otherwise?
You heard it from Anna.
Gordon Ramsay says otherwise.
Yeah.
Pineapple pizza.
I only
Shit,
done.
Gordon Ramsay. You can't be arguing that.
Starting to get political.
I've had cashews on pineapple pizza. It's delicious.
This is why we love the
Don't do that.
Cobras. Everybody is like, we're not robots. Like, everybody's lively. Everybody has opinion. It's hilarious. We have so many.
You know, like, I don't want you to break NDA, right? For the other thing that you have. But you know what we like to play, right? Star Citizen. This big thing that you said you're in that's getting ready to come out soonish. Is it something
I hope so. I'm not fully finished it yet. I've got a few more. I think I've got another couple of days of recording of it.
Is it something do you think the Star Us would like?
I wonder what I can say. It's like I'd say it's like a big cult thing that you either have played since forever or you haven't. But it's also like in the same way that I was saying WWE and gaming comes together. It's one of those things that has a full body of nerdship around it. So I think it could be yes.
That's the
I'm literally, and whatever you say from now on, I can't say anything else.
I know,
So
yeah, I know. Well, you got my interest peaked now.
The table
The game is
irrigation.
still operating on code name and stuff. So yeah.
Oh my god.
It has been so lovely to be here. I'm going to fall asleep with a glass of hot chocolate. But glass? Why would I put it in a glass?
You're amazing.
Because it's just
You're amazing.
You do you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Such a stigma around gamers in general, as if it's this kind of, I say nerdy with a loving way, but the way that sometimes games are perceived as either being like lazy or a waste of time and things like that, which really genuinely, I try and challenge people on this at all opportunities. I think gaming is the opposite of those things, and people are so happy to sit and watch Netflix for like 5 hours, and suddenly that's not lazy, and actually sitting and playing a game that is like engaging.
That's so true.
Constructive. You're actually physically doing something to further something. You're physically moving and engaging your brain, and yet for some reason that's considered more couch potato than sitting and watching TV. I never understand that ever. But anyway, I think gaming is like my whole heart. So I'm glad to find my people, and thank you for anyone that is now following me on anything in my career. And it's been lovely to meet some of you.
It's been lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It was awesome.
All right, everybody say goodbye to Anna or Miss Babbage.
Thanks for coming. Twitch, whatever you want to do.
Don't forget to get a set GoFundMe.
Bye, Miss Babbage.
All right, good night, Anna. Thank you so much.
Come hang out again.